All right. Hello again, everyone. This is Bob, creator of Ghost Girl. And today I'm going to be talking about Cerebus. So, again, as a child, my parents would purchase comics from wherever they found them. We were an artistic family. Everybody in my family drew. And as kids, we were reading and drawing the pictures from comic books. And so my parents were trying to, provide us with stuff that they thought that we would like. And of course, when you look at a comic and you see like a cartoon pig on the cover, you are not going to think that this shouldn't be in the hands of a 10-year-old kid or something like that. So of course, they purchased it and we ended up with several issues of Cerebus. And we never knew what the hell it was. We read it a couple of times, the few issues that we had. And I'm going to go through like the first issue that I had ever read and probably why I read it as a young boy. Okay. But later on, remembering the books that I read as a child, I would go on to collect the Cerebus books before finding out like what the hell happened to Dave Sim. Okay. So I have the whole collection up to I have all of the phone books, the Cerebus phone books. There are a bunch of books that are like just this huge or whatever, or bigger in some cases, because I wanted to know the story. And it was also before I had heard like a lot of the stuff, that took place or whatever, or, what kind of person, Dave Sim is and such. But I will say that for half of this series, it is an amazing book. Okay, if you can like set aside the artist from the art, if you will, the writing, the artwork is insane. As you can see from this cover, like just looking at this, these backgrounds here and everything, which I believe was done by Gerhardt. The artwork is amazing. So I was a big fan, but I just basically want to, I'm talking about books that, like kind of grabbed me as a kid or whatever. And that would be Cerebus because, so the first one I actually had was this issue right here. I think it's Cerebus number 19. And there's a reason for it. On the cover, I don't know, the cover kind of grabbed me. It's this cartoon pig with a sword. And then it was like this shadowy woman that kind of looked like Red Sonja or whatever coming out. And again, as a kid, being into this fantasy adventure stuff and everything, like we were watching like Conan the Barbarian and all that stuff, and we were like 100% invested. I've told you about like my friend who recently passed. We were at his house like every day while we were like playing D&D or playing video games or whatever. We would also have like a movie on in the background, and that movie would probably be like, if it wasn't Ghostbusters, it was Lady Hawk, or it was Conan the Barbarian, or it was Red Sonja, or Willow. I remember we watched the hell out of Willow to the point where the VCR tape didn't work anymore. So yeah, but this was the first one that I had ever read. And look at this, like the artwork here is awesome. But basically we're following an aardvark, okay, who was a parody, started off as a parody of Conan the Barbarian, okay? And again, I didn't know that because like my, I didn't start back here where, you were getting that, impression or that storyline or whatever. I, started up here where the artwork was getting, much better. I didn't know exactly what the stories were, what was going on. I remember reading it. I remember probably not getting many of the jokes at the time. Just, I was enjoying the artwork. It did, the artwork and such stuck with me. I thought it was awesome. I would try to reproduce some of the artwork that was in this. But again, also, I was like, this boy with a comic, and then you had huge boobs coming at you, and I was just like, all right, I think I'm going to read this. Okay. So I think that's probably what grabbed my attention as a kid, but then I ended up loving it because it was, all this other stuff that I like, we have wizards and magic here and everything, right? I remember thinking to myself that this person looked like Groucho Marx because I grew up on the old comedies and such, because of my father. Um, so I remember seeing that and like what I was trying to think of it, but again, as a kid, I don't think it was like coming through exactly what was going on here. But the artwork here is amazing. It's really, this is when his artwork was like really taking off here. And yeah, it was awesome. So I never had the second part of that issue. I only had that one and then a few more like from down the line. And, I'm only getting bits and pieces of a story, so I'm not getting everything. And I didn't know what it was, but later on, when I started collecting comics and everything, and I saw that they brought these phone books out, I'm like, great, I can collect all of the issues and read everything. And like I said, it was great up until around the middle of the entire series, and then it's kind of a slog to read. A lot of opinions that, I don't agree with or whatever. But before that, it was one of the better books out there that was just, had amazing stories, amazing characters, amazing artwork. And I was just thoroughly invested into this. So anyway, this is Cerebus. Okay, I'll do something more in depth with Cerebus in the future, where I talk more about the storyline or we look at the artwork and how it improves over time and everything. But I just kind of wanted to talk about the first issue of Cerebus that I had ever read. So again, guys, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please hit like. It helps my channel grow. If you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe. I'm going to be trying to stick to a more regular schedule and getting these getting these videos out. So hopefully I'll be able to achieve that. Again, thanks for watching. Until next time.